This is my Bulma different Texas Shenron loop or Shenron Videl loop deck. One copy of the leader. 4 Shenron Figure of Majesty. 4 Goku off to defeat King Piccolo. 4 Goku Eye for an Eye for Kaioken Goku. 4 Goku Resolve Renewed. 4 Android 17 Rebel Reinforcement. 4 Videl Miraculous Aid. 4 Caulifla Skillless. 4 Nappa Super Combo. 4 Testing Opposition. 4 Goku Jr. Vegeta Insane Scion, 4 Baby Juvenile Parasite, 4 Jiren Legend of Universe 11, and 1 Pan Type Patrol Maiden. Mainly because this is just one of the ultimates that I actually use, and this is a deck that I actually will put together. That's why I got the Pan, because I don't have like Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta SCR, so even though that's a good SCR, I don't own it, so I do own Pan, so threw her in there. But she's a little card. Shenron Figure Majesty. So this adds to our draw power capability plus our defensive capabilities because we use it for its active main, draw a card when you have 5 or more cards in your drop, right? To take and we use the choose up to one choose one battle card with energy cost 2 or less from your drop and play it. And our main target for that is Videl. Because we use Videl, we play her, and when you play this card, you get to choose 1 red Saiyan, which is what we typically target with this 1 red Saiyan, and then add bottom deck it, and then add a 3 cost or less red Saiyan from our drop to our hand. There'll be times we'll grab the Nappa Super Combo or the Goku Resolving Renewed. Is a lot like the 1-drop dual Videl, where you pay 1 energy to negate an attack, and then when it hits the field, it becomes a blocker. But because he's a Saiyan, we can add it back with Videl, unlike the dual Heroic Videl, which is a Earthling, and we can't add Earthling back from our drop to our hand, so I had to find a Saiyan version, and this was the same version. You have to have 3 more energy to play this for 1 energy, so it's mid to late. It's a mid to late game card. That's okay. We do get to those points, so it does put in work. And the ability to have a reusable negate that turns into a blocker, so we could potentially stop 2 attacks, is always good. It's just like testing opposition, but reusable. So, with the engine, of course, Videl will be a blocker, so she'll block an attack. He'll negate an attack, then he'll block an attack. So, off of 1 energy, off of just playing her from this, we can stop 3 attacks on our opponent's turn. Plus, we'll have more cards in our hands, right? From this, even the leader's awakened side, if we're not unawakened side in case we're not awakened. Because if we're not awakened, because we keep a high life, which we do a lot, you'll draw 1 for her and then draw 1 for that. So it's almost like she's on her awakened side. But once she's on her awakened side, then you're drawing 3 cards a turn. So keep that in mind. And then with Videl, you're recycling your cards. It'll make it hard for you to deck yourself out from all that drawing. So that's the main engine. Obviously, we can get Kaioken Goku, so we can KO right our opponent's board. So this is our board wipe, and we can obviously recycle it with our Videl. We can use Videl and Goku to obviously block attacks. Use Shenron to bring back Videl. Videl will give us back Goku, and we could play Goku and clear our opponent's board. And block. Use this, bring it back, use her to add him back, play him, clear our opponent's board, block, you get the idea. Loops. So Shenron loop. Android 17 Rebel Reinforcement lets us negate attack and lets us bring back a red battle card with energy cost of 1 from our drop into play. So essentially it's just another Shenron Figure Majesty type of card. You play it, bring Videl can get you the Goku, the Nappa, or the Kaioken Goku. It can also get you the Eye for an Eye Goku if need be. So here's our board wipe. Right here we got another board wipe in battle card form. And this Goku Eye for Eye is a counter burn effect, which when our opponent plays a counter skill card, it deals 1 damage to them. That's his auto. So this is our taxes part, and then our death part comes from our board wiping capabilities. This has deflect, obviously, right? Triple attack, so this is one of our finishers. And then if your leader card is red, which is your opponent can't activate blocker skills in response to this card's attacks. So your opponent can't block this, so it's useful in a mirror match or just in general. And then the auto that if your leader card is red, when this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards to get minus 20k power for the turn, and choose up to one of your red unisons and add a marker to it. And we do have a couple of good unisons to add markers to. Obviously, our baby unison is to help us control opponent's board by getting rid of, because, easy, it's not that hard to block with this deck, obviously, but we also need to get rid of those threats that we're blocking by using this card. And then, of course, this helps us apply pressure because, we gotta attack, right? So there's that. Plus, it has the ability to give our leader an extra 1k boost. So there's synergy with the leader. Let's see. That explains all the cards. Kaioken Goku, of course, has the active main ability. We pay 2 red, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and minus 25k. So there's some barrier hate right there. Khalifa, it's a red Saiyan, so it will be a blocker on the field. So it won't be skillless when it's on the field. And of course, we have the Goku Junior and Vegeta Saiyan Scions that have the -1 ability to let us play from our drop or deck 2 skillless battle cards, and of course our targets is Khalifas. And this is what allows us to go aggro. Turn 1, deal potentially 3 to 4 damage if we combine this with a Nappa. We can do 3, 4, 5, technically 5 damage. Because you'll play this, swing with it, -1, bring out 2 Khalifa, swing with them, so that's 3 damage. Swing with the leader, right? Use Nappa, right? Combo, so that way your opponent takes damage. So it'll be 15, right? 15k swing at your opponent. So that right there will be 4 damage, and then Nappa could swing and try to do an extra damage. So potentially 5 damage right there just with those 2 cards alone, which obviously helps us get us closer to winning the game. And at some point when you get to drop this thing, probably turn 4, maybe turn 5, you'll play an eye for an eye Goku, which will make it hard for your opponent to use sparking negates, testing oppositions, or the blocker negates, because you have to take for free anyway. You have to take a life in order to play them, and of course, since they're counterattacks, your opponent will take the damage. So that's essentially 2 damage whenever they try to play a sparking negate or a blocker negate. Or just take 1 damage just for playing a negate, period, which is always good. Especially since this is counter, like I said, counter skill. This will also apply for Oceanuses, Topos, Baby Hatchak, things of that nature. So the fact that you'll still be able to deal some damage. Counter plays as well, like Gasoline Trunks and stuff like that, are things to take into account. So that will help us in those situations. Jiren, we use him for all his abilities. His +1 ability to become double strike, his auto when our opponent plays a unison or battle card, -10k. So that helps us be defensive. And then the -3 ability when your opponent attacks. It's an active battle ability when your opponent choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignore barrier, and -25k from it. So it's another barrier hate card that could be used on our opponent's turn or our turn if we go into battle. So we have a couple barrier hate cards, and of course Pan. She's our ultimate. For every battle card in play, period, your board and your opponent's board reduces her cost by 2, so you can essentially play her for free if there's 4 battle cards in play. And if you play, she's counter-type, so you can use her when you have 3 or more energy to make it where your opponent can't attack with their battle cards for the rest of the turn. And then she has a permanent that she would. I already read that one. She has the active main. Pay 1, remove this card from the game. and then take control of one of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it. And choose one of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it. Yep. So she's very versatile. And our leader has the ability to, when you have 4 less life, to untap 2 energy, which could be relevant. We're not comboing that with anything else, so we'll mainly use that defensively if we're in a scenario where our opponent's attacking us a lot and we don't have enough defense. That we can obviously awaken, untap 2 energy, and then use that energy to, maybe play out Android 17, and 17 will get us Videl, and Videl will get us Super Combo, for example. And right there will increase our defensive capabilities for that turn. We could potentially stop 3 extra attacks after we stop the first attack with this in that situation. And on her awakened side, you draw 2 cards. And of course, all your red Saiyans become blockers. So this is a Saiyan, this is a Saiyan, Saiyan. So they all become blockers. And that's the end of the video.